to another episode of E2 Hustle, where entrepreneurs and experience collide. My name is Ben Rayo, and today I am joined by a couple of married folks. These people have it going on.
Yeah.
Tell you how to get your marriage together, and they built a business around it. Rachel, Austin, welcome to the show.
What's up, Ben?
Hey, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, could you not yell so loud into the microphone, please, Austin?
Yes,
Rachel,
sir.
You're fine. You not so
Great.
much. He's all excited because he just did a shot of beet juice before we started the show, and he's feeling it.
Yes.
Tell us about beet juice. What's beet juice
So
do for you?
beet juice is one of the only things that we can consume that, when metabolized, metabolizes as nitric oxide, which is something our arteries release when we're in
beet juice.
anaerobic respiration.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So,
It gives you energy.
oh yeah, it tastes great.
It does. It tastes like dirt, but it's okay. It still gives you energy. All right, so let's talk a little bit about, because marriage matters is your company that you guys have been working on together as a married couple for the last year. What is it?
It is an online marriage and enrichment program that we created to support couples in their marriages and help them to have transformation, whether they're in a tight spot or they have a great marriage and they want to make it better. There's no glass ceiling to how good your marriage can get, and that's something that we're super passionate about sharing with people and letting them know that marriages can just continue to get better and better no matter where they're at. So,
Man, I'm ready to buy.
yeah.
I'm going to
Okay.
get my wife in here.
All right. You're in.
Sounds great. It sounds great. It sounds
Yeah.
great. So, you guys get together face to face with people. How's it work? What's the
Well,
business model?
We do both. So it's primarily online. So it's a program where they have their own personal dashboard with lots of different resources that we create. Some of it monthly, some of it has been on there for a long time. So there's like an archive of guest expert trainings that you can watch. Every month, 2 times a month, we do live Q&A and trainings where our couples can get on with us. However, if they're not able to get on, then we have the entire archive of previous Q&As that we have. So, if a couple's wanting to learn about a specific topic that we've already talked about, they can go back and watch those. And each month, one of our favorite things to do is our monthly marriage boosters.
Ooh.
And those are just things that it kind of takes the guesswork and the creative work out of adding spice to your marriage and boosting your marriage. And so they're in 4 different areas. One would be personal, self. We call it self and emotional. The other one is creative and adventurous, things to do together to add that fun to your marriage. Yeah.
Oh, that's
well,
the next
then the other
category.
one
Wait.
is sexual. And then and then there's spiritual. So it really, because our marriages are about every aspect of our life, and so focusing on those 4 areas every month is really important. And so we like supporting our couples in that. What am I forgetting? There's a couple other things on
and
there.
then every month we actually hire a different guest expert in the arena of marriage or psychology or relationships. And so we want people to have not just our perspective on what we think builds a great relationship and a great marriage, but so we go out and find the world's best, and we'll either interview them or we'll have them do a training that's exclusive just for the people in our program. And these are trainings that you can't really get from these experts. Like they have to. These are types of trainings that only come through opportunities like this. So we're able to get kind of rare and hard to find resources to give to our couples every month. So then that way they're getting multiple perspectives,
It's it's an amazing adventure for you guys to build a business around this because as business owners, and we're all running very fast, and life is busy, and kids, and multiple jobs, and all the things. It's like I'm guilty of it. Most people are. Of not taking time to take care of the most important thing, which is my relationship with my wife, right? And everybody's doing that because they're busy. So I commend you for going out and building a product around it and monetizing a business around it to provide something that you can feel really good about.
Yeah.
So this didn't happen by accident, though, right? You guys have a little experience as a couple being entrepreneurs and spending a lot of time together and having busy lives, right?
Yeah. And I'll let you share that part.
Well-
And real quick before you do, the other thing that we do also is we have in-person events as well. It's one thing we didn't mention before is that like we've got couples flying in at the end of April to join us for an in-person 3-day intensive.
I love the way he allows you to talk. Hey, you go ahead and answer this, but wait, first I'm going to get this.
Well, I wanted you to answer this part, but I wanted to say that before I forgot.
Yeah. Well, in our online program that we also have community, so there's that aspect of it as well. and courses. So
what does
lots of
community
courses
mean?
that we've written. Online community where couples can. So we have a guys group, a girls group, and then just a group in general where we chat and share like updates or just kind of have discussion going on. The ladies group, I can't speak for the guys group, but the ladies group is awesome. We get real and honest, and women are like, hey, this is what I'm struggling with. This is what I'm curious about. And it's not a place where we all keep it very encouraging. It's not a place where we like rag or nag.
It's not a rant session.
No,
right?
it's not. It's like this is where we take full responsibility for what we're experiencing in our marriage, but we can share it openly and honestly. So anyway, that's a huge part. We also forgot to mention about it that we love.
It's okay. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. So you guys have some experience as a couple working together and having busy lives. You've got 2.5 kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One's cooking in the oven.
One's cooking in the oven right now.
Yeah.
You should see how big she is. Oh my God. How far along are you? Like 8 or 9 months?
7.
Oh,
30 weeks.
Actually, I was just kidding. I thought you were like 2 or 3 months.
Oh, no, it's 7.
30 weeks today.
30
She
weeks?
doesn't look pregnant, so you would never know.
There it is.
Yeah, there's that baby.
That's right.
All right, so why,
Yeah,
why the experience working together? What's happened? You guys have had some businesses together.
Yeah.
Actually, from when we were.
This is you answering it, right?
Oh, go ahead, Rachel.
Oh, yes, it is me answering it.
Yeah. 'Cause see, you can't let him in. Don't give him a little slip.
That's
You give him a crack, he'll get right in there.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh.
Whoa, that's
This is
number
about
3.
marriage. Yeah, so honestly, from the moment we met, well, if we're taking this all the way back, literally him in like junior high, he was selling beef jerky, his dad's beef jerky in the locker to his friends making money. I was very entrepreneur from a very young age. So when we met each other, it was just we just got along really well. Obviously, we had lots of chemistry, but he is a business and life coach. And so he business and life coached me when he first met me. He's like, what? You don't have an LLC? So
business and life coached you right into 2.5 babies.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Yeah, when we were friends, but he just kind of helped me out. So I did photography. I started from a young age. I knew that I wanted to be a wife and a mother, but I wanted to have a job. Like I wanted to contribute, not only to my family, but also for me to do something that I love, besides homeschooling our children and being a wife and a mother. And I wanted to do something to help the world, like make a difference in the world. So I knew from a young age that I wanted to be a photographer. And so when Austin and I met, I was already doing that. I was fresh out of high school. I'd been doing photography since I could drive to get to photo shoots. And so, yeah, he was like, what, you don't have an LLC? So then that's when it started. He helps me get that set up. And then, we were just friends for a while, for about 6 months. Yeah, about 6 months. Both dating other people, kind of me here and there, but him, this other serious.
This other floozy.
Yeah. But we conveniently became single around 2 days of each other and like 4 before Valentine's Day.
And the rest is history.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. you guys have built other businesses together, which is probably a little bit challenging as we've got kids. And I don't know talk about how you separate work from personal life, since you guys do things together as far as having a company, and you both have other things you're doing outside of that. And it sounds like you have a really full life. So how do you kind of separate all that?
Yeah, we have a rule that we don't talk about work. Well, we don't have our phones and we don't talk about work at meals, which we have a lot of meals together, sometimes all 3, which is really great. That's the kind of life we wanted to create. That's why we're entrepreneurs, because we want to be there for our children and they're together. So, even if Austin is gone working, I'm home with the girls for a day, he'll come home for lunch, and that's awesome. So we have that time together. But yeah, separating work and personal time can be very difficult, and we make these agreements ahead of time so we can keep each other accountable. Like, oh, are you about to talk to me about work? Like literally last night, no, like 3 nights ago, he was like, oh babe, 2 things. And I was like laying with my eyes closed.
She knew it. Yeah.
And I was like, wait, does this have anything to do with work? And he was like, yes, okay, we'll talk about it tomorrow. And so that's like our agreement. We, pillow talk is pillow talk, but not work talk.
Yeah. And then, kind of the other thing we do is we try to have work meetings that we save all the little work-related things we have to talk about for a specific time. It's kind of like when you only want to check your email twice a day instead of, interrupting your flow every 5 seconds your phone vibrates. It's, so we set aside time every week to have like more of a meeting where we can sit down and go, okay, here's the 9 things I've been wanting to tell you.
And is that's scheduled?
Loosely, yeah. So, and part of it
with
is
children.
Hey, would you hurry up
loosely-
and finish your lunch? I need to talk to you about some things.
It's
Right.
typically nap time.
yeah, typically
We do
during-
the nap time hustle for sure.
Yeah, well,
Time hustle.
nap
It's
time
a
hustle,
thing.
and it's
It's a thing.
it's easy for a relationship to become utility driven, rather than still being romantic and engaging and creative. That's why a lot of couples that are also entrepreneurs, or just maybe one is an entrepreneur, one's not, end up losing that nice intimate connection, is because the relationship has just become functional. And by the time you have kids, it's like all your conversation is about work, and then it's about kids, and then it's about the house and fixing this and cars and appointments, and you're not talking about hopes and dreams and loves and creativity and actually having like romance, in your connection, or just about how each other's feeling. Like,
Man, I need to text my wife. Hold on a second.
that's right. Yeah, shoot her a text. To be able to just say,
Yeah.
"Hey, how have you been feeling today? How have you been feeling lately? Like what are you thinking about that's exciting?" You give all that creative energy to just maintaining how much maintenance a modern American life requires.
And here's a big secret to it. We set aside sacred time in the mornings together.
Yeah,
So
every morning.
that for us is our
What
time
does that
to.
mean?
It's sacred.
Oh,
No.
sorry. We can't
Here's
talk
We
about
just
literally-
get up.
It's okay. This is PG-13.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
We get up before the kids. That can vary just because we have small children.
Right.
But we always make sure we get up before the kids, and we each make coffee. One thing that I do that expresses my love for him, that he feels really appreciated by, is when I make him coffee.
It tastes better somehow.
It does.
Yeah, sure.
So, and we just sit down in our living room across from each other. And that includes, like, for us, we read our Bibles and we might journal.
Pray.
Pray and maybe read whatever books we're doing. But once we get to that point, we might share what we're reading. Like, oh, babe, read this. This is what I heard. And so it's loose in the sense where whatever we're doing, maybe even like praying about, like I have a prayer journal, so I just like write it. Or are reading about, we share with each other and have that conversation, and it sparks really deep, meaningful conversation. And then sometimes we'll just sit there and, be done with that and talk.
Which is amazing versus what probably 99% of us do. That, we get up in the morning, get coffee, hit the shower, you're switching in the shower, you're getting ready, eat lunches, eat your breakfast, slam it, and it's like, gotta go, bye, babe, love you,
Yeah.
smooch, go,
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
don't see each other again until, 5
5
o'clock.
o'clock. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then,
And
Yeah.
it's always go, go, go. And that's the rest of our life. I mean, especially with kids, and even at the end of the day, we're really tired and we're emotionally worn, and there's not as much to give. And so at the beginning of every day, we've had a hard reset. And so it's the perfect time. Even if you're not a morning person, we recommend it because it's
I was
the
just getting ready
perfect
to ask
time.
that. It's like, I'm a morning person. My wife's not a morning person.
Well, we would recommend that people
Yeah.
go to bed early and get up early because, by the end of the day, your emotional, creative energy, physical energy even is gone. When I'm setting aside time with Rachel, I'd rather give her my best, which is what I have in the mornings, versus what it is. I mean, once you put the kids down, once you've done all your stuff through the day, put the kids down, you're fried. Your emotional tank is low. So why not just go ahead and go, okay, that means it's time to go to bed. So let's go to bed. Let's get up early before the sun is up, before the phone is blowing up, before the kids are up.
Yeah.
And we just believe that what we do in the mornings sets the tone for the rest of the day. So then our connection emotionally is
Yeah.
strong all day long because that's
Right.
how we started the day.
Good stuff. Good
Yeah.
stuff. So, because marriage matters, you guys have created some framework around try to share some of the successes that you've had in your relationship with other people. Is that part of what you're doing, or?
Yeah, and so you asked us earlier about businesses. We grew one of the best wedding photography companies in Kansas City. Rachel had that business again before we met. We built it up together, and so we were
Yeah.
this husband-wife duo, and we kind of started because marriage matters. One of the reasons was because so many of the couples that we shot their weddings were coming to us for wedding advice. And so
Marriage advice.
marriage advice.
Yeah.
And
Don't marry him.
yeah. And it just kind of
There's your wedding advice.
and it challenged us in our own marriage, because it's like, hey, people are coming to us for advice. We feel a calling to give that to people. So, we were diving into the ins and outs of our marriage. I mean, the first month we were married, we were already like, what books can we read? What coaches can we find? What resources can we find? Because we want our marriage to be great. Other people are looking at us wanting to know that. And so we've taken, not only, the pursuit of our own marriage, but just trying to become assets to other people in their marriage. That was the basis.
Yeah.
That's what we love about Because Marriage Matters. It wasn't just that we said, oh, hey, what's a business? What's another business we could start? It was like, oh, there's a starving crowd for this, Ben, you and I have talked about this, on the business side. It's like, we're talking about building a business where you build it in front of a hungry crowd of people. Like, that's the best place. And there is a hungry crowd of people when it comes to marriage enrichment.
No shortage. So you guys built this as a digital product.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of scale.
Yeah.
Because you can repurpose and reuse the content for all this. And it's kind of, probably doesn't matter who it is and where they are.
Yep.
Kind of, we all have the same challenges.
Yeah.
Too busy, not enough intimacy, lack of connection.
And we're all wired the same.
Yeah.
So we experience healing the same.
Yeah. And we built a model to support people can go through all the content, all the training at their own pace, whether they're at home, whether they're in the car, they could be in the shower, they could be at work.
Right. There's no excuse.
We built an entire academy style back end behind it. So you can go in with your own dashboard, look at courses, watch videos, download guides, track your progress, because we're finding that couples needed, structure around that, because it's just hard to set aside time. But we ultimately believe, though, that if it's a priority, everyone will find time, they'll find money, they'll find energy.
We all find the time to do whatever we want to do.
Yeah.
It's important to us.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's just, it does, it's amazing how we can overcome any goal to get to something we want.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And we just don't want it bad enough.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it's people like you that are creating products and setting examples of how a healthy marriage should be. So I commend you on that. That's fantastic. You'll inspire me to probably spend more time and work on mine. So you've got about 40 couples into your program now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And those couples pay a monthly fee. Tell us about how the business is built and where you think it's going.
Yeah, so it's really crazy, Ben. So we charge $50 a month to be in the program, which even if you join the first month, you're getting over a year's library of trainings. We've spent thousands of dollars, hired, the best experts to come and add into the program. We're actually certified by Gay and Kathleen Hendricks of the Hendricks Institute, as we're certified in their curriculum. We're, I think, one of maybe a dozen couples in the country. So we've put a lot of money, a lot of time over a year of training into building all these assets. So you can join for $50, have access to that. Every other week we go live, so you can get live relationship coaching right there, or you can watch other couples getting coached by us live and get to take that in. And we've got.
I would think that when you say that makes me think people would say, I don't want other people to see or hear about what's going on in my marriage.
Yeah. So what's cool is when they watch other couples do it, they get inspired and they're like, "Oh man, okay, I can watch that couple get healing quick."
Yeah.
And
because they get to see someone experience results.
Yeah.
So if you don't, if you don't want the results, then don't go live or come to an in-person event. But if you want results, then
right. And for those people who don't want to go live, they can watch replays and stuff like that later. But what's funny is, so we've got about 2,500 couples. And then we've got that have opted in to basically the free content that we put out. And then we've got another almost 900 couples in a Facebook group that we do challenges, about every other month. And, it's crazy is the number one reason, I hate to even say this, the number one reason people are slow to join is because the husband doesn't want to work on the marriage. And
Boo.
I know. And the people that mentor and train us, Gay and Kathleen Hendricks, they've done a study over the last 40 years, and 94% of all marriage growth, enrichment, work is initiated and kind of driven by the wife. And so we're trying to call men to a deeper and more, responsible place to say, hey, like, your wife wants to be pursued. She wants to be on the same team. She wants to see you diving in and investing in the marriage. And so we've built this platform to kind of accommodate the feminine's approach and the masculine's approach to wanting to invest in the marriage. And I think that people have settled for an okay in an average marriage, and they think that's good. Like, not many people see marriages that are emotionally transparent, that are highly connected. Sometimes when people hang out with Rachel and I, we just appreciate each other because that's just how we are, like just out of thin air. And sometimes people are like, oh man, that's like crazy that you engage each other like that. But it
can be awkward for other people sometimes.
But that's how great marriage can become. It's like,
I'm all about PDA.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's, and so I think people think, okay, well, if we're not fighting, we must be doing great. But the scale from not fighting to thriving emotionally together, where you're connected and you're co-creating things in life, and you really are on the same team and propelling each other forward, and not being a crutch for each other, allowing each other to be their own independent person while you're on the same team together. Most people don't get to see what that marriage looks like, and so some people are like, well, I just can't picture how it could be different.
What's the biggest challenge that you're seeing in people's marriages these days?
Withholding.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I think we really.
Sorry, Rachel. There's no reason to have you on the show.
Okay.
I can get you a glass of beet juice if you want to sit on the couch and put your feet up, and we can just let Austin finish all this.
No, this is good.
Yeah. Well,
withholding.
For me,
talk about withholding.
For me, I think it's withholding. I think that one of the, all relationship drama is based on fear.
What is withholding?
Withholding is not sharing a feeling that you're experiencing, a thought you're experiencing, a truth you're experiencing.
Is that typically something that's negative, that you're worried about you're going to hurt somebody else's feelings or say something wrong?
Yeah.
We think it is. Yeah.
Or you're worried about how someone would feel about you. So like, for example, Rachel can come up to me at any time and just say, hey, babe, I just want you to know that I'm just feeling sad right now. Or, earlier you said something and then it reminded me of something like, my dad said to me when I was a child, or reminded me of this. And I just want you to know I'm feeling sad. And so when she doesn't withhold from me, we have emotional transparency. And then we have what we call propinquity, which is a Latin word for propinquity, which is a Latin word for proximity or closeness. And so when we're transparent with each other ongoing like that, we actually see each other. Yeah. Part of the problem in marriage is that you don't share those little microscopic truths, and then distance gets in between you. And when we withhold from each other, we're actually devaluing them. And we're saying, you're not worthy of the truth. You can't handle it. You're not powerful enough. You're not self-sufficient enough. So then what we do is we criticize them unconsciously to justify the fact that we weren't honest. And then we stay in that cycle. And it's the basis for...
It's really just looking through your own lens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're looking through a lens of how you see it versus really what the truth is.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, when we are seen and known and fully loved, then that's when we experience real deep connection and unconditional love. But most of the time, we're keeping ourselves from experiencing that because we're afraid that we won't experience it, that our spouse won't love us unconditionally. And so we just never... Most people probably never experience that in their marriages because there's maybe something deep down, like some sort of something from the past that they haven't shared, or something that they experience, or something that they're feeling guilt over, because they're afraid that they won't be loved anymore, or they won't be lovable, or most of our fear is that we'll be left. Mm-hmm. And so because at some point in our childhood or in our lives, that was confirmed, we did something and we needed to be removed from someone's presence, go to your room, or we did something and a friend left, we did something and someone abandoned us.
I used to go to my room a lot as a kid. I was sent to my room a lot.
Yeah.
But I could still hear the TV through the old, on the floor, the radiator. I could hear the TV in the other room, so I kind of got to just watch TV through my ears.
That's a great way to cope, Ben. Tell us more about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, TV is great.
What feeling comes up for you around that?
Pride, happiness.
Oh man!
Sure, send me in my room. And I can watch some TV.
Yeah, right. There you go. Yeah. So you get rewarded for being in trouble.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
So let's take a little shift to the section called First Date. So this would be, because you guys are really the first couple we've had. You know what? We did have partners come in, and we asked one of the partners the questions. Let's do that. Austin, why don't you leave? Go ahead and leave.
He's leaving.
Yeah, leave the studio.
Okay.
Take your headphones off. No, you have to really leave.
I have to really
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Go on.
All right.
Don't let the door hit you in the, Okay. Right. We'll get back to you in a second.
Please don't drink all my beet juice.
We're going to ask her a series of questions, and you're going to come back and answer them.
Yay.
For her.
If you can get the door.
Yeah. Propinquity.
Propinquity. He likes that word.
He likes
a lot.
God, it's like I learned that word recently, and I'm going to use it a lot. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to run through this real quick. Watch out! Don't let him see your lips move. Okay.
Okay.
Normally, I would talk about kids, family. We've already kind of hit that. So,
yeah.
how old were you when you had your first paying job?
Me?
Yeah, and what job was it?
Oh, boy. Well, okay. So I started my dog boarding business when I was 11.
Wow.
Young entrepreneur.
Okay.
So I got paid for that. But I'm sure there were other things growing
Dog
up.
boarding. We'll go with
Yeah.
that. We'll go with that
Yeah.
one.
Let's do
Okay.
that.
What's your favorite food?
I love shrimp.
Okay. And favorite restaurant?
Oh.
Doesn't
I
have to
have
be
a lot. Oh, Thai spice.
Thai spice. Okay. Okay. And how would you describe yourself in one word? Don't try to give me answers that you know he's going to get.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to describe myself in one word.
Just be truthful. You should see her eyes are fluttering. She's thinking so hard.
Yeah, my essence is very peaceful.
Yeah, that's where I was going. I was like calming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Calming.
not quite Robin Todd.
One of my sayings.
close.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. That's the greatest compliment ever.
Okay, so peaceful. Okay.
Yeah, we could say
you have a
peaceful.
favorite quote?
No. I mean,
No.
No.
Okay. Hobby.
I mean, I'm sure there's a Bible
Besides
scripture I love,
kids, businesses, marriage, you have a hobby that you like to?
I do. I have a few.
Okay.
Which are really hard to think of. Austin is a hobby man. He has like 50.
No. We're not talking about him. We're talking about you.
I know. It's really hard for me to think of my hobbies because I don't know. He has so many. And so, I do enjoy baking, but it's kind of like functional because I use it as a housewife. You know what I mean?
I know.
But it's fun. I love trying a new muffin recipe.
Okay. New muffin. That's our safe word, Blade. Muffin. Okay. Tell us something weird about yourself.
Something weird.
Yeah.
I pick up things with my toes. I don't. Is that weird or is that common? Do people do that?
It depends on how you do it. It depends on like I can crunch mine like this and pick stuff up and kind of give it to me back here.
I can do that
but
too,
if,
and sometimes.
But if you're
pinch.
like the pincher toe thing and like you're smoking a cigar with your toe.
No, that's weird.
Okay, all right.
So maybe it's not too.
Okay.
Weird.
Come on, back in. Get in here. While he's coming back in, do you have a favorite tech toy or tool that you use
My
in your personal
AirPods
life?
all the time. AirPods every day, all the time.
Okay, we have a dog in the studio.
Juniper, come on.
That's all right. Just come on. Let's get this done. We're running out of time. We don't have time for you. Okay, get those on. Let's go. No eye contact. No clues. No tapping.
Okay, I
What
won't
about
even say
hand to leg
anything.
contact?
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
Leg massage.
Let's
Sorry.
try that, Blade.
Cue Marvin Gaye.
Let's get it home. All right. How old was Rachel when she had her first paying job, and what was that job?
No eye contact.
Well, it would have been.
You can look at them. That's fine.
So her mom raised dogs, and so she was paid to train the dogs at some point very early. Maybe you're not going back that early. I know her whole job history.
I'm giving you the stone face, man. I'm just looking for an answer.
Okay.
Not for you to wander through until I give you like a smile and say that you got
Like
it.
a cue. I'm looking for a cue. Well, crap. It was either babysitting, dog walking. Oh, she had a dog sitting business.
All right, I'm going to give that one to you. That's a you get a 1 point for that because it
Boom.
was dog.
Suck
It
it.
was dog. She was 11 and she had dogs. Okay. What is her favorite food?
Thai food.
All right. What's her favorite restaurant?
It's either Thai spice or it's probably Thai spice.
Okay, yeah, you got that right. Her favorite food was shrimp.
Inside her seafood Thai.
So I'm going to give you a half a point.
Oh, come on. Okay. She likes seafood curry, but with the yellow curry sauce on it.
Okay. I can't even read my own writing. Oh, here we go. How would she describe herself in one word?
How would she describe herself in one word? joyful or encouraging or
Peaceful.
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 Peaceful?
Peaceful.
Huh?
That's what I came up with. I was on the spot.
I love it. I love it.
Okay. What's her favorite quote?
Okay. Favorite quote. Hold on. I know what it is. Give me a second. Favorite quote is I get more of what I focus on.
You're so close.
Okay, hold on. Am I really close?
Really close.
Okay, it's something to the effect of I get more of what I focus on.
She has no favorite quote.
Son of a dang it.
Okay. Now here's a good one. Remember the safe word. Safe word. Hobbies. What's her favorite hobby?
Her favorite hobby?
Yeah. All right, one clue. It's her same as her safe word.
Whiskey. Her favorite hobby is maybe photography, being a mother, being a wife.
Those aren't hobbies. Photography would be a hobby,
yeah.
but that's not it.
Homemaking, parenting.
Man, those aren't hobbies. Those are jobs.
Okay, hold on. Might be fishing
Okay.
or shooting fully automatic weapons.
You're really close. It was baking muffins.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah.
And muffin is the safe word. Okay.
Not claiming that one on that.
Tell us something weird. She would say is weird about herself.
The way she eats string cheese.
That's
For
something
sure.
you would say is weird about me. Not
anyone.
what I would say.
Anyone, my
All right,
love.
so
that she thinks is weird.
Does she eat string
Okay.
cheese with her toes?
It's similar. It's close to that. But here, let me
'Cause
shift it.
Picking things up with her toes was what she said was weird about herself.
Oh, okay.
So
Really?
the string cheese with the toes.
Oh, I know what's weird about her.
Okay, let's hear it.
The toenail.
Go for it. I was gonna say that. I did have a toenail ripped off in high school. Well, no,
You have the
college
dead toe?
soccer.
Dead toe.
And it's like growing
that's her
back,
nickname.
but it's never grown back properly.
Okay,
and-
her favorite
yeah.
tech tool. Favorite tech tool,
Here.
tech toy.
Oh, her Apple laptop. iPhone.
An extension.
Oh, it's
of
her.
this?
It's probably her AirPods. Actually,
It is her AirPods.
Damn.
Okay. You got 3.5 points. Congratulations.
What does that win me?
out of how many?
Out of 400.
Oh,
No, actually, it sounds like you did pretty well. Some of those questions were on the spot, so
Yeah,
she'd know the answers. We don't have
Yeah.
time to do it the other way. Maybe another
Okay.
time we'll
All
do
right.
it that
Next
way.
time.
That'd be fun. All right. So as we kind of wrap up the show, we never told anybody how to find your business. So
Yeah.
where do we find your business?
BecauseMarriageMatters.com.
Okay. How clever.
So if you're wondering if you should look us up, it's in the name.
Yeah.
You should look us up because marriage matters.
Because it matters.
Because marriage matters.
Good
Same
marriages.
thing on Instagram.
Good
as
marriages
well.
transform communities. They create healthy, thriving kids.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage is the place where much of what's the greatest that can come out of humanity, I think, comes from. So it's
Well, yeah,
it
when you
matters.
and it affects your work life too. You know,
Everything.
if you want your work life to succeed, focus on your marriage.
Yeah, especially as entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
If you're a married entrepreneur, well, here let me end with this. Maybe not end, but
I'm going to get to the last two questions here in a second.
Okay,
so
good.
We're not quite to the end.
okay, all right. Yeah, one thing I would just add on that is a lot of times when people want consulting on the business, we'll start with the marriage first, And I like to ask, are you winning at home? And because that is going to come out in the business more than any strategy is going to affect the business. If they're not winning there and don't feel like they're excited to go home and be proud and that kind of thing, that shows up in their business more than anything,
Cool.
So marriage
Yeah.
matters.
So what's the number one thing that you guys focus on to keep the business running like a well-oiled machine?
Honestly, our own self-growth, I would say. Like, it's a huge calling and a huge responsibility to be the founders of this and leading other couples in their marriage, and we don't take that responsibility lightly. So we're always, like, here in a month, we're going to an in-person with Gay and Kathleen Hendricks for a couples retreat for us, and we're going to take that stuff and apply it to and share it with our couples, but we're going to apply it to our marriage. So we practice what we preach. We're always reading
Didn't
books.
you guys just do that last month?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just
Okay.
got certified, and then
Okay.
now
Yeah.
this is an actual retreat.
I got you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just for the
Yeah.
two of us, but it's
Yeah, we're just always pursuing each other and just our own personal growth.
I feel like for me, it's convincing husbands to care about their marriage.
Yeah.
Wait, let me rephrase that.
The number one thing, let me repeat the question.
Yeah.
The number one thing that you focus on to keep your business running like a well-oiled machine.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Rachel's answer. Yours, I don't.
Okay.
Really, I don't know.
Here's a better
yours.
answer: is systems.
Systems.
Yeah, systems.
Systemization.
Yeah. He's a great
Systemization.
systems guy.
Yeah, systemization. That way, I can leverage my time as much as possible, so we can help as many couples and also have lots of time together as a family.
Mm-hmm.
Well, which is amazing because you both have other businesses. You've got 2.5 kids to take care of. You've got to bake your muffins, and you
priorities.
You know, you make time in the
And they're
morning.
gluten free.
Boo.
Gluten free, dairy free,
Paleo.
sugar free.
Gluten.
As our daughter would say, if she ever eats anything with gluten in it, like she'll at church or someone's house, she'll go, that's extra gluten-y.
Extra gluten-y.
Like sugary.
Yeah.
So, can you give us some advice that you'd share with other entrepreneurs about some area that you guys failed and learned something from?
Ooh.
Defining. Good.
Well, yeah, at first it would be communicating our feelings,
Yes.
which would probably go back to withholding. Because when we did wedding photography, we shot together. And him coming into the business, I kind of had things that I did a certain way. So pride would be another one. Like him trying to work with me and me trying to say, well, this is how it's like I'm the boss, and then adjusting that. That was an awesome learning curve for us.
She's a boss.
Because I was the boss for a while, and then we were married because we did it while we were dating. Then we were married, and it was like, okay, we're creating this together, and that adjustment, but not withholding what we're feeling, because if we withhold it, then it just causes a problem down the road.
And that probably works well. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be your spouse. That can be with your partner in the business. That could be somebody that's your second in command. It could be somebody that you work with, but just keeping that communication open about what's going on in the business.
And I appreciate you sharing that, because I know that takes some vulnerability. And I want to say that you did a great job as we merged. Sometimes marriage is about intertwining wills, creating the win-win for both of you. And sometimes that takes time to navigate. And I think you did a great job of that, because to be a husband and wife team, that's what it took.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Thanks, babe.
Wow.
Appreciate you saying that.
Daggone, this is wild. Look at it unfold on E2 Hustle
that's
right
right.
here.
Woo!
They're breaking us some
A little
tears.
warm.
Yeah.
This cardigan's hot.
Ooh, it's got hot in here. Ooh.
We'll be looking for you in 12 months with another baby.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah, who knows?
we may go for number 4 pretty quick.
There
We'll
you
see.
go. We'll see.
Yeah.
If it's up to her.
Just,
I know. That's right.
just keep
You're going to
it
need a
going.
bigger muffin pan.
Oh, we already have like 12, so yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being on the show. Very inspiring to hear both of you talk about your relationship together and this amazing business that you're building, in addition to the other businesses that you have to move other people forward. So thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for
Awesome.
having us.
We appreciate you having us.
And next time, we're going to bring your wife, and then we'll help you guys work out your top 3 marriage tangles.
Whoa.
Tangle.
You up for it?
I don't know. Maybe we can always just make sure you don't have a memory card when we do that one. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of E2 Hustle, where entrepreneurs and experience collide. See more episodes at e2hustle.com. And until then, work smart, hustle hard.